In the sleepy town of Harmony Creek, everyone knew Sarah. She was the friendly waitress at the town's only diner, the one who remembered how you liked your coffee and always had a warm smile. But her smile was a mask, hiding a past so dark it could swallow this quiet town whole. For years Sarah had been running, changing her name, her hair, her entire life, all to escape the shadow of a man who wouldn't let her go. She thought she'd finally found a safe haven, a place where no one knew her real name, Dr. Elena Petrova. Elena was once a brilliant scientist, working on a top-secret bioweapon for a rogue government agency. When she discovered their horrifying plans to unleash it, she knew she had to get out. She didn't just run. She took the only sample of the virus and its antidote with her, becoming the most wanted woman on the planet. She vanished, reinventing herself as Sarah, a small-town waitress, believing the middle of nowhere was the last place they'd look. She was wrong. One rainy Tuesday, the bell above the diner door chimed, and a group of men walked in, shaking the water from their coats. They weren't locals. Their posture, their haircuts, the way their eyes scanned the room, it screamed military. Sarah's blood ran cold. They sat at her counter, and their leader, a man with eyes as sharp as steel, ordered coffee. His name was Jake, and he was a Navy SEAL. His team wasn't there by accident. They were hunting a ghost, a scientist who held the key to preventing a global catastrophe. They were hunting Dr. Elena Petrova. Jake didn't recognize her at first. He just saw a waitress with haunted eyes. But as they talked, small details started to add up. A slip of the tongue, a reference to a complex chemical compound, a reflexive glance at the emergency exit. Jake was trained to see what others missed. He started to wonder if this ordinary waitress was more than she seemed. Meanwhile, Sarah's carefully constructed world was crumbling. She knew they were getting closer. The past she'd buried so deep was clawing its way to the surface. The agency that had created her, the one she'd betrayed, hadn't given up. They had sent their own team, not to capture her, but to eliminate her and retrieve the virus. An elite team of mercenaries, led by a ruthless killer known only as the Ghost, was closing in on Harmony Creek. They were a shadow army, moving silently, and their arrival would turn the quiet town into a war zone. Sarah was caught between two deadly forces, the SEALs who wanted to bring her in, and the mercenaries who wanted her dead. One night, Jake confronted her after her shift. "Your name isn't Sarah, is it?" he asked, his voice low. The question hung in the air, a lit fuse. She could lie, she could run again, but she was tired of running. For the first time in years, she told the truth. She told him everything about the lab, the virus, the people hunting her. She showed him the small, refrigerated container she'd kept hidden, the one that held the power to save or destroy millions of lives. As she finished her story, the first gunshot shattered the night's silence. The Ghost and his team had arrived. The quiet streets of Harmony Creek erupted into a battlefield. The SEALs, now protectors instead of hunters, engaged the mercenaries in a brutal firefight. Jake knew they were outmanned and outgunned. Their only mission now was to protect Elena and the antidote at all costs. He grabbed her hand. "Stay with me," he commanded, his voice a beacon of calm in the chaos. "I'll get you out of this." They fought their way through the town, explosions lighting up the night sky. Elena was no soldier, but she wasn't helpless. Her scientific mind worked overtime, using her knowledge of the town's layout and a little bit of improvised chemistry to create diversions, to give the SEALs an edge. She and Jake became an unlikely team, a scientist and a soldier, their survival depending entirely on trusting each other. The bond between them deepened with every bullet dodged, every shared look of fear and determination. The final confrontation happened at the old abandoned mill on the edge of town. It was a trap. The Ghost had anticipated their move, cornering them. He wasn't interested in the virus anymore. His orders had changed. The agency wanted Elena silenced permanently. He faced Jake, a chilling smile on his face. "Give me the doctor," he sneered, "and I might let your men live." Jake didn't even hesitate. Not gonna happen. The resulting fight was brutal and personal. While Jake and his team held off the mercenaries, Elena was faced with an impossible choice. The container holding the virus and the antidote was damaged in the fight. It was destabilizing. If she didn't neutralize it, it would aerosolize, infecting the entire region. But neutralizing it meant destroying the only antidote. It was a sacrifice she had to make. Under intense fire, guided by Jake's covering shots, she worked frantically, her hands flying over the delicate equipment. Just as the ghost broke through their line and charged at her, Jake intercepted him. Their fight was a clash of titans, but in the end, Jake's training and sheer will prevailed. At the same moment, Elena succeeded. The virus was rendered inert, the threat neutralized. The surviving mercenaries, their leader gone and their objective failed, retreated into the darkness. Silence fell over the mill, broken only by the panting breaths of the survivors. In the aftermath, the sun rose over a battered but safe Harmony Creek. Elena was no longer Sarah the waitress, nor just Dr. Petrova the fugitive. She was a hero. The government offered her a full pardon and a position leading a new defense research division. She had her life back. But she found she didn't want the old one. Standing with Jake, looking at the town she'd come to call home, she realized she hadn't just been hiding here. She had been living. She chose to stay, not as a scientist in some high-tech lab, but as a part of the community, finally at peace. Jake, his mission complete, found he had a reason to keep coming back to Harmony Creek, and it wasn't just for the coffee. A new chapter was beginning, one built not on secrets and fear, but on courage and a love forged in fire. Thanks for watching our story unfold. If you enjoyed this journey of suspense and survival, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more incredible tales. We love bringing these worlds to life for you, and your support makes it all possible. Drop a comment below and let us know what you thought of Sarah's transformation. Until next time, stay safe and keep seeking the truth.